Om Shanti. In today's Murli, Baba is asking us to focus on this word spiritual. And Baba says, tell everybody that this is a godly world spiritual university. So Baba says the word spiritual should be highlighted because this is a school and a hospital for the soul. So it's all about the soul here. And Baba says that I am your spiritual surgeon, spiritual father, spiritual teacher. So I adopt you, the soul. I teach you, the soul. I liberate you, the soul. I heal you, the soul. And people don't know all this. People don't know that Baba comes for I, the soul. They don't have any idea that I am a soul. So Baba says in Bhakti, they keep saying that whatever they received is from God. So somebody received a payment and then they would say, God gave me this. And then they would say, okay, the instrument was my boss, but then God gave it to me. And they always keep praising God and thanking God, but they really don't have any idea what they are thanking God for. And they just keep doing this ritualistically. So whenever I undertake the course, I ask this question. So, who gives you everything? So people say God, and then you ask, and what about karma? So where does that fit in? Don't you reap as you sow? So you get what you do. So it's a product of your karma. So then what about God? Then they don't know, because they have always thought that whatever I am receiving is God is giving, and that's all they know. But then you tell them by this logic, then karma is everything and God doesn't exist. And then they know that that's not true. Okay, they can't answer that question. What does God do? But they know that God exists and He does something. So Baba says people have no idea about what I really do. So I am the spiritual father, spiritual teacher, spiritual surgeon. And I take you, the souls, back to home and to the world of happiness. So I'm a spiritual guide, spiritual Sadguru. So this function of Baba is not known to people. And then they don't even know that the soul is diseased. So they don't know that the soul needs healing, or it needs purification. And Baba is called the ocean of knowledge and the purifier. But then they don't know who God purifies. So it's not the body that's impure, it's the soul that's impure. So, and then what is the impurity in the soul? So you understand the diseases of the body. So there is a whole list in the hospitals about the diseases of the body. But then what is the soul inflicted with? What has inflicted the soul? People have no idea. So Baba says they don't know Baba, they don't know Baba as the father, they don't know Baba as the doctor, they don't know Baba as the teacher. they don't have any idea or any relationship with Baba practically. So they just keep saying these things that God gave me this and God gave me that and God runs the world. And they just keep saying this out of, feelings, but then they really don't have any knowledge. And Baba here says that I am here to teach you souls and heal you souls and adopt you souls and give inheritance to you souls. So I'm here for you. And then Baba says that you should ask everybody, so who is God and what does he do and what is your relationship with him? And then you should also ask, who is Brahma Baba? Who is Mama? So, in every religion, people talk about Brahma Saraswati. So, in Hinduism, it is Brahma Saraswati. In Christianity, it is Adam Eve. It is in Islam, it is Adam Bibi. So, in every religion, there is this Brahma Saraswati. There are these two human characters who are held in high esteem. And as the first humans, then Baba says, ask everyone, what is your relationship with Brahma and Saraswati and who are they? So you are worshipping God. What is your relationship with him? Who are Brahma and Saraswati? Why are you worshipping them? What are their characters? What do they do? So Baba says that human beings don't know God. This is why all of these methods are created. It is asked, what is your relationship with the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul? And what is your relationship with Brahma, the father of people, and Jagadamba, the world mother? And then Baba asked the third question, what is your relationship with the king and queen, Narayan and Lakshmi? They are the masters of the world. So then you have to ask, what is your relationship with, again, Sri Lakshmi and Narayan also? They are the masters of the world. So why do you worship them? What is your relationship with them? So when we say, what is your relationship with them, it precisely means what has been your practical exchange with them. So when have you met them? When have you been with them? What has been your interaction with them? How have you conducted give and take with them? That's how a relationship is formed. So when did they come? In what relationship were you with them? And how did that give and take place? So Baba says, ask about these questions. And then you must make them understand that these are not just pictures hanging on the wall. So, we think that, so whenever you in the world, when you see a picture, you ask, who is this person? Or whose picture is this? Yes, but then about deities, they are like just pictures. There is no who behind that. So you never ask, whose picture is this? Who is that person corresponding to that picture? And when did I meet them, or what is their story, or what is my relationship with them? Will you hang a picture of somebody who you have no relationship with in your house? So what is your relationship with these pictures that you hang? And I remember when we were children, then these pictures of deities were the only pictures hanging on walls. So no, there was no modern art, there was no other thing. There was just these pictures, and people used to very artistically, hang them, and they were the only decoration of the house. And Baba asks us to, ask people what is your relationship with these persons corresponding to these pictures, and who are these people. And the interesting thing is, you see, you never ask this question when a doll is concerned. So somebody brings a doll to you, you don't ask who is a person corresponding to this Barbie. You don't ask that, because that's just a doll. So Baba says these deities are not dolls. And Baba usually uses this word. So, gudiyon ka khel. Baba says we have reduced deity worship to gudiyon ka khel. It's like we are playing with dolls. And what is the difference between a doll and an image? So an image corresponds to a person, and a doll doesn't correspond to a person. A doll is just a figment of human imagination and creation. But Baba says deities are not dolls. They are people whose pictures you are keeping in your house, and you have a certain relationship with them. That is why you remember them with love. You remember them with, this heart to heart connection. But then you don't know their story. You don't know when it so happened that you met them and there was this energy exchange and this give and take. So Baba says, ask everybody these questions. What is your relationship with God? What is your relationship with Brahma, the father of people, and Jagadamba, the world mother? And what is your relationship with Lakshmi Narayan, the rulers of heaven? So then you must have a lot of clarity about what are the answers. So do you know what is your relationship with Brahma Baba and Mama, who are, so again, the pictures have to be shown that this is the practical form of Brahma Baba and Mama, and this is the practical image of Shiv Baba, and this is how they are. Shiv Baba has come from the soul world in the confluence age, and he is purifying us and adopting us and creating heaven for us. And it is through Brahma Baba and Mama, because Shiv Baba descends into the body of Brahma Baba and talks. Okay, so, and then Mama is the sustainer. So when Shiv Baba adopts through Brahma Baba and teaches, then Mama takes care of the sustenance of the soul. So, everything that the soul needs physically and other things, and also Mama gives the knowledge in a very simplified way. So that's Brahma Baba and Mama. So let's ask everybody these questions, and then Lakshmi Narayan, because we were in the kingdom. So that's why we remember them with so much love. Now Baba says, you are given all this knowledge and you are being sustained by Baba. You are creating your fortune. So you must do all-round service. So, so there is a law of reciprocity, and you cannot continue the cycle of receiving if you don't give back. So, giving back is a very important part of sustaining the cycle. And Baba says, you can't just keep taking from me. You have to do seva also. And I am filling your aprons with so much love, so much happiness, so much clarity, so much knowledge. So you also have to do service. And service is not just, So first thing Baba today says is, even if you're not perfect, the important thing is you have interest in doing service. And Baba today uses this expression, you have to be interested in creating the lives of human beings and making their lives worthwhile, to change thorns into flowers. The Father too changes human beings who are like thorns into flowers. He makes them into deities. So you must have interest in changing thorns into flowers. And you see, today the world is full of thorns because we are very defensive. Yes, and there was this one person, and he sent me this saying, attack is the best defense. So people believe in these ideas these days, and they say that you have to always be in defense mode, and then you keep attacking to defend yourself. So this world is a world of thorns where everybody is attacking in the name of defense. So you don't want somebody to shout at you, you shout at them first. So you don't want somebody to hurt you, so you hurt them first. So these are the ideas with which the world is moving. So we have created a jungle for ourselves where everybody is attacking everybody in the name of defense. And this is a world of thorns where everybody is pricking thorns in the inner world of the other. And this is the order of the day. And then Baba says that you should make effort to change everybody from thorns to flowers. Now, thorns are dry, but flowers have to be full. Flowers have to be full of beauty and fragrance and tenderness and sweetness, and only then can a flower be a flower. So one has to make effort. Every soul who receives Baba's knowledge has to make effort to change thorns to flowers. And the first thing is interest. Am I interested in doing that? Yes, so there is this whole yagya. Am I interested in changing thorns to flowers? So first thing is this interest. Then second thing, Baba today says, interest is a necessary condition but not sufficient. So you're just interested is not enough. You also need knowledge and yoga. And yesterday also in the Murli we talked about how bhavna has to be balanced with knowledge. So interest is a bhavna. You want to serve, you want to change others from thorns to flowers, and there is no selfish motive. It's not just the one who is pricking a thorn into you, you want to change them. No, you want to change souls from thorns to flowers. You're interested in spiritual task. This is one thing. And then the second thing Baba says is, you must have knowledge and yoga, because if there is no knowledge, you have not. So knowledge is not just the knowing, but knowledge is if you have not imbibed that, if you have not become a flower. and you don't understand knowledge really well. So we have these manthan classes and everything so that the knowledge sits in the buddhi. And if the knowledge is not accurate, then you will try to go and serve, but then instead you will do disservice and come back. Yes, and people will, you go and you are trying to explain something to somebody, and then they figure out they don't know anything, and then they say that this whole organization is just fooling people because they say that we want to tell you something, and then this person doesn't come up with anything that is worth hearing or worth understanding. So Baba says that's not how you do seva. So you have to be knowledgeful, experienced. You must learn from your experience, apply knowledge, and gain experience. And when you talk to people, they will share real problems with you. And then if you have not imbibed knowledge, and you can't, and you don't really know how to cross that, then you will end up disgracing the yajna. Yes, Baba uses this word disreputed. So, you disrepute the whole organization if you do that. So, A is interest, B is gaining knowledge, understanding knowledge well, and doing everything knowledgefully so that we have the experience to share the knowledge. And then the thing is yoga. So being soul conscious, being yogyukt is very important, because even if I have knowledge, when I come into interaction with souls, there is a chance that I get colored in their company. So their vibrations, their thoughts, their ideas, they can have an influence on me. So when I'm knowledgeful but not yogyukt, then staying knowledgeful becomes difficult. So I might lose track in the middle. But when you are with Baba, so yoga is like our protection. It's like this orb around us, which saves us from, absorbing others' energy, or, retaliating the same, giving them the same energy back. So reflecting the same energy, we abstain from these things. And yoga is transformative. So when you are in remembrance of Baba, you are able to be in a different energy field and transform that energy field, and bring that soul closer to Baba, because you are close to Baba. Otherwise, that soul will have an influence on you. So that's being knowledgeful and yogyukt. So explaining knowledge is not like having a conversation. Because when you are having a conversation, you are tuned into the person you are conversing with. But when you are explaining knowledge, you are tuned into Baba. And only when you are tuned into Baba can you explain what Baba says, despite, that other person being in a very different frequency. And you can pull that person into Baba's frequency. So that's why knowledge and yoga is very important. And if you don't have the practice of being yogyukt, then we will plan to have yoga there. We will plan to perform very well. But then we will get sucked into their energy eventually. So let me tell you, if so I will share one experience with you. So there was this person who once came, and I was taking a class. So it was a Murli class, and I was speaking Baba's Murli. And then this person just came and he sat in the Murli class because there was nobody else to attend at that time. So I was the only person and I was taking the class. So he sat in the Murli class directly. Now in the Murli, Baba was talking about pure food that day. And then he heard that. And then after everybody left, he and I were there. And then he said, so you were passing comments at me in the Murli. So I said, no, I don't know you. I have met you for the first time. So I said, no, you know I'm a non-vegetarian and you people can read faces. So you just figured that out, and then you started speaking about vegetarian food, and then you started passing comments at me. And he got really violent. And he was really violent at that time. And then because when we are in seva, we are always yog yukt. So I just calmed him down and calmed him down enough. I stayed very calm in Baba's canopy and I calmed him down and I just took him out of the gate. So, I just took him out of the door and then I said, we will meet some other time. And he got really violent. It was really violent. And so you see that it's very important. It's not just, so you will meet many obstacles in seva. And seva is a means to, earn punya karma. And in seva, it's very easy to finish, old accounts also. There is this whole process that goes on in seva. So when you're in seva, it's very important to stay knowledgeful and yog-yukt. And it's not easy to earn punya karma. So Maya will test you a lot. Maya will test you a lot, and the only way to overcome Maya's attack is Baba's, power. And you can draw Shakti from Baba only when you're yog-yukt. So never think that you can do seva without soul consciousness and a yog-yukt stage. So interest is there, knowledge has to be there, but then it's very important to stay soul conscious and be yog-yukt. And then Maya brings all kinds of papers in seva, and the biggest paper or the exam that Maya takes is defamation. Do you know that moral people, we are all moral people, right? We come from morality to spirituality. Immoral people don't come to spirituality. So we are very moral people, and moral people usually have this antagonistic relationship with defamation. You don't like defamation. You like to be the apple of everyone's eye, and you want everybody to look at you like you're very nice and good and reputed, and you don't like defamation. But in service, defamation is a reality. So, there will be attacks of defamation, and in the scriptures, there are stories about Krishna being defamed. Yes, so, and then there is, so you see all the praises of Krishna are actually defamation. And then in the stories, whatever is written is being practically played out right now. So in the life of Brahma Baba also, we know that there were many allegations put on Brahma Baba. and allegations will be there. So you want to be pure, people will say that, you have different sexual orientations and you are hiding behind this garb of purity and trying to show that you're pure, but basically you are something else and someone else. And then they will tell you that if you are on the spiritual path, it's because your relationships have gone bad and this and that has happened. And then they will accuse you of several things. And then Baba says, you have to be very soul conscious and yogyukt to cross all that. So you don't have to shy away from allegations. So allegations will come, and there will be allegations of various kinds when you walk the path that Baba shows you, and Baba says you should be fine with them. Yes. And then but how will you be fine? So that's important. You see, if you hide your identity as a BK, then nothing will happen, but you cannot serve with by hiding your identity. And when you reveal your identity, when you are on the, when you are out there serving, then all of these things will happen. And so being knowledgeful, being yogyukt is very, very important. And then Baba today says that having a broad intellect is very important. Broad intellect, where you can see your weaknesses. So everybody can see others' weaknesses. But can I see my weaknesses? So I may not be somebody who is very angry, or I may not be somebody who speaks ill. I may not be somebody who engages in lust. I may be pure. I may not have anger also. But am I lazy? Am I lazy? If I'm lazy, then just that one thing will stop me from doing seva and creating my fortune. So Baba says, you should have a very sharp intellect that recognizes where my Achilles heel lies. Usually in the drama in the world, the villain is showed as somebody very innocent, and then people are not able to figure out this is the villain. Yes, and it requires really sharp buddhi to figure out that this is the villain. So sometimes, our weaknesses might look like very simple things, but then those simple things are stopping me from doing seva. So, or I have greed, I want this, and my buddhi is always engaged in window shopping and, looking at things and, buying stuff and shopping, mostly window shopping, lot of greed. So then this buddhi which is stuck there cannot serve. So I have to look at my weaknesses. I have to look at my weaknesses, and Baba talks about laziness. Baba talks about this, I want this and want that. And Baba says, I want good food, good clothes. All the time thinking about food and clothes, very big weakness. There are many desires. And then Baba says, they believe that, and Baba says, you must have good habits. Baba says, I will take care that you get whatever you need. But if you have desires, I can't help it. I cannot feed your greed. I can take care of your need. So don't go into desires, don't be lazy. So Baba says, you must have the intellect to discern where my weakness is. And the weakness might look like a simple thing, but you should be able to figure out that that's what's stopping me from seva. And then Baba says, you must have a broad intellect in the sense that you see yourself as a soul and see yourself as someone who is, for whom Baba has come, and that you're working for the new world. So you should have clarity about Baba's task and your role in Baba's task. And also, Baba says, you shouldn't mind spending money, because money is a very small thing. Baba says, in seva, money will be spent. And those who mind spending money cannot become, cannot receive Baba's inheritance. So money is a very small thing, and when money is spent in seva, money flows in like anything. There will never be dearth of money. But if you're money minded, then money will stop you from earning your fortune. And Baba says in seva, money is spent, so don't mind the money. Yes. And when money is spent for seva, you will never be empty. It will make you fuller and fuller. That's there. So Baba says these are things that one has to understand and move. It's not like, if Baba teaches us that nobody knows Baba's inheritance, so seva is important, and then Baba also underlines what is required in seva. Okay. And then there is this question today, what is powerful remembrance? How does one attain powerful remembrance? So remembrance is considering yourself to be a soul and remembering Baba. So the definition of remembrance is forget your body, forget your bodily religion and relations, come to the awareness that I am just a soul, and then remember Baba as he is. Yes, with the full knowledge that Baba gives. Now, powerful remembrance is about how much you unplug from the world, how soul conscious you are, and how much you remember Baba accurately. That's powerful remembrance. And in powerful remembrance, there is love for Baba, and then you are able to shift your stage in the company of Baba. So just like when there is powerful fire, then the impurity of the gold melts. So the impurity finishes. In powerful remembrance, our consciousness shift is very clear and concrete. So when you sit in powerful remembrance of who you are and who Baba is and what is your purpose, then that shift which takes inside you will start coloring every aspect of your life and actions, and that will make you eligible for a different destiny. So that's how powerful remembrance is defined. And then today Baba gives a slogan which is very, very interesting. Baba says, an experienced person is one whose heart is strong and mature. An experienced person is one whose heart is strong and mature. Now, heart is not physical heart. Heart is here. Okay, so people say, I'm very experienced, and then they cry. And then they're revengeful. And then they're bitter. So if something makes you bitter, it's not experience. If something makes you better, it's called experience. So don't become bitter, become better. Drama is throwing situations at you and behaviors at you. Learn to play well with them. And We shouldn't get traumatized by what happened. We should become experienced by what happened. And the language of an experienced soul is nothing new. I've seen it all, done it all. Bring it on. I can take care of everything. That's experienced, whose heart is strong and mature. Mature means you know everything, you can discern what is what, and you can respond accurately, and nothing generates fear in you. That's what experience gives you. And in my experience, experience can only happen to a knowledgeful soul. Trauma can happen to everybody, but you only become experienced when you're knowledgeful and yogyu. So let life be full of experiences, not traumas. And you can decide that by deciding to be knowledgeful and yogyukt always. Om Shanti.